I welcome you all to my 31st lecture on digital signal processing, that is UEC 502, for electronics and communication engineering students and electronics and computer engineering students. Today we will discuss sampling rate conversion by a rational factor I by D. In the previous lectures, we have discussed the following cases. Number one, decimation, that is downsampling by a factor capital D. And second is interpolation, that is upsampling by a factor capital I. Now we are talking about sampling rate conversion by a rational factor I by D. We can achieve the sampling rate conversion by first performing interpolation by a factor I and then decimating the output of the interpolator by the factor capital T. The sampling rate conversion by the rational factor I by D is accomplished by cascading an interpolator with a decimator as shown on the screen. Now look at the block diagram. Input signal Xn is at sampling rate capital Fx, which is upsampled by factor I. That is, the output of upsampler is at sampling rate Ifx. And the output of upsampler is passed through an anti-imaging filter H with impulse response HIK, that is a low pass filter with impulse response HIK, which is called anti-imaging filter. Therefore, at first stage, we are using interpolator. And the output of anti-imaging filter is passed through a low-pass filter with impulse response HDK, that is anti-aliasing filter in the decimator section. And the output of anti-aliasing filter is fed to the downsampler for reducing the sampling rate. The output of downsampler is Ym at rate Fy. Due to the action of interpolator and decimator, Fy is equal to I by D Fx. Now, the low pass filter is going to attenuate or eliminate the undesired frequency components. It is not going to change the sampling rate. So at the input and output of low pass filter, the sampling rate is Ifx and at the output sampling rate is Ifx. Here you can see that at input of anti-aliasing filter, the sampling rate is Ifx, and at output of anti-aliasing filter, the sampling rate is Ifx. And the output of downsampler is at rate Fy. Now, in this cascaded structure, at first stage we have used interpolator, and at second stage I have used decimator. I can swap position of decimator and interpolator. That is, first I can I can perform decimation operation, and at second stage I can perform interpolation operation, and that will require two filters. That is, one low pass filter with a impulse response HIK, that will be anti-imaging filter, and other low pass filter with impulse response HDK, that is anti-aliasing filter. But here in this structure, in this configuration, I have shown that I am using two low pass filters. But as per the concepts of signal system and the filtering, digital filtering, as these two low pass filters are in cascade, therefore I can, instead of using these two low pass filters, I can use one low pass filter with impulse response HK, because it's the function of low pass filter is to eliminate and attenuate the undesired frequency component, and the function of this low pass filter is also to eliminate the undesired components or attenuate the undesired components above cutoff frequency. So I can choose an impulse filter, choose a low pass filter with impulse response HK and set its cutoff frequency as a minimum of pi by D or pi by I. Based on this block diagram, we are using two low pass filters in the above discussed cascades configuration, which are operated at the same rate IFX. We can use a single low pass filter with impulse response HK instead of using two filters with impulse response HIK and HTK. As shown, I can use one low pass filter. Now, in the whole process of sampling rate conversion, the desired characteristics of Xn are preserved. Only the sampling rate is going to change from Fx to Fy, that is Fy is equal to I by D by Fx. Now here, as we are using a single low pass filter, so we are concerned about its frequency response. The frequency response of the single low pass filter is capital H omega V. That is frequency response H omega V of combined filter HL must incorporate the filtering operation for both interpolation and decimation, such that capital H omega V, that is dTFT of HL, is equal to I, where omega V magnitude is lying in the range 0 to minimum pi by D, pi by I, marked as equation A, and 0 otherwise. So this is, by this we have defined the frequency response of the combined filter with impulse response HL. So instead of using two low pass filters in this configuration, I am using single low pass filter with these characteristics. That is, this is the frequency response characteristics of the combined filter. Now, the new block diagram is as shown on the screen. That is, Xn is the input signal at rate. Xn is the input signal at rate sampling rate Fx, which is fed to upsampler. And the output of upsampler is VL at rate sampling rate IFX is equal to FV by the upsampling process by a factor I. And this is fed to the low pass filter with impulse response HL. And the output of this low pass filter HL is WL at the rate IFX is equal to FV. Now here, WL is output of low pass filter with impulse response HL, and this low pass filter will act as an LTI system. So we know that when an input is passed through an LTI system with impulse response HL, then VL is going to be linearly convolved with HL to give WL. So WL is linear convolution of VL and HL. Now low pass filter is not going to change the sampling rate. So at the input, the sampling rate is IFX and the output sampling rate is IFX. Now this signal sequence WL is passed through the downsampler to reduce the sampling rate by a factor D, and the output of downsampler is YM at rate Fy is equal to I by D IFX. I by D Fx. Rate I by D Fx is equal to Fy. So sampling rate has changed from Fx to Fy. And we are using a single filter, low pass filter, which will act as anti-imaging filter for this. When this will act as anti-imaging filter when interpolation will take place at this stage, and it will act as anti-aliasing filter when decimation operation will take place. That is, it will act as anti-aliasing filter when decimation process will take place. Now, small omega v is equal to 2 pi capital F by Fv. and that is equal to 2 pi capital F by I fx, and that is equal to 2 pi small fx by I, and small fx is relative frequency or normalized frequency. So it is equal to small omega x by I. So this leads to equation B, that is small omega v is equal to small omega x by I. Now in time domain, the output of upsampler is the following sequence VL. Now look at the block diagram. The output of upsampler is VL. So VL is equal to X bracket L by I for L is equal to 0, comma plus minus I, comma plus minus 2I, comma 3I, and so on, and 0 otherwise, mark it as equation C, because upsampling is performed by inserting I minus 1 zeros between consecutive samples. This is how we perform upsampling. Now the output of linear time invariant filter, that is output of low pass filter, is convolution sum as discussed above. That is WL is equal to summation k running from minus infinity to infinity HL minus k into VK. And as discussed in the earlier lectures for interpolation, we can, as VL is equal to XL by I, for L is equal to 0, plus minus I, plus minus 2I, and so on, I can express WL as WL is equal to summation k running from minus infinity to infinity HL minus KI into XK, mark it as equation D. Now the output of the sampling rate converter is the sequence YM as shown in the block diagram, which is obtained by downsampling the sequence WL by a factor T, which leads to Ym is equal to WMD. I will use equation D. So Ym using equation D, I can write Ym is equal to summation k running from minus infinity to infinity HMD minus KI XK. And then mark it as equation E. Now we are concerned, as we are changing the sampling rate from Fx to Fy, so we need to analyze the signal in frequency domain. Further, the frequency domain relationships can be obtained by combining the results of interpolation and decimation processes. Therefore, we use the basic concept of interpolation first to achieve capital W small omega v is equal to capital H small omega v into capital V small omega v. Mark it as equation G. How? We know that this is WL is the output of low pass filter. So here W is linearly convolved with HL to give WL, and as per signal system, we know that if two sequences are going to be linearly convolved in discrete time domain, their DTFCs are going to be multiplied. So this leads to equation G, that capital W omega V is equal to capital H omega V into capital V omega V. That is equation G. Now what is capital V omega V? That is output of upsampler. And as per the frequency domain analysis of upsampler, capital V omega V is equal to capital X omega V I. So you look at this. This is upsampling. Here sampling rate is Fx. Here sampling rate is IFX. So instead of capital V omega V, I will write it as capital X omega V I. That leads to equation G. That is capital W omega V is equal to H omega V into X omega V I. Mark it as equation G. Now we have already decided the frequency response of low pass filter, that is a single filter used in this configuration. So we will look at that. Now the frequency response capital H omega V is I when magnitude omega V is lying in this range. Magnitude omega V is lying in range 0 to minimum pi by D or pi by I. Mark it as equation A as shown. So I will substitute the value of capital H omega V for this range as multiplication process taking place. So capital W omega V is equal to, here for this I, capital W omega V is equal to I, capital X omega V I. Well, when small omega V magnitude is lying in the range 0 to minimum pi by d comma pi by I, mark it as equation K and 0 otherwise. So this equation K is very important because capital W omega V is equal to capital I, capital X omega V I, when magnitude omega V is lying in the range 0 to minimum pi by d or pi by I. Now we know that from the block diagram, in the second stage, we are performing the decimation or downsampling. The spectrum of output sequence YM is obtained by decimating the sequence VL or by downsampling WL. We will look at that. At second stage, we are downsampling WL to have YM, or this low pass filter and downsampler constitutes decimator. That is, we are decimating VL to have YM. So by the mathematical analysis in frequency domain, as discussed for downsampling in the previous lectures, it follows that capital Y omega Y is equal to 1 by D summation K running from 0 to D minus 1, capital W omega Y minus 2 pi K by D. Here we have not considered the effect of low pass filter right now. Now I will segregate the desired spectrum and the aliasing terms. So Y, capital Y omega Y is equal to 1 by D, capital W omega Y by D. This is the desired spectrum, plus summation K running from 1 to D minus 1, capital W omega Y minus 2 pi K by D into 1 by D. These are the aliasing terms. Mark it as equation L. So we are concerned about this desired spectrum. And here omega Y is equal to capital D omega V as per the decimation process. But we have used a low pass filter with frequency response H omega V to prevent aliasing. Therefore, from equations G to L, it can be shown that the spectrum of output sequence reduces to what I am going to do. I will due to the low pass filter, these aliasing terms are going to be eliminated. So this will be there. So Y omega Y is equal to 1 by D capital W omega Y by D. But what is capital W omega Y by D? So we know that capital W omega Y is equal to I capital X omega V I. So substitute that value here in this term only. I will get capital Y omega Y is equal to I by D capital X omega Y I by D in the range when magnitude omega Y is lying between 0 to minimum pi comma pi D by I and 0 otherwise. So this is the spectrum of output signal Ym, that is capital Y omega Y is equal to I by D, capital X bracket omega Y I by D. So it clearly indicates that the sampling rate of output signal is I by D of Fx. That is Fy is equal to I by D Fx. Noteworthy facts. Sampling rate conversion by the factor I by D can be achieved by first increasing the sampling rate by I, accomplished by inserting I minus zeros between the successive values of the input signal Xn. It is followed by the linear filtering of the resulting sequence to eliminate the unwanted images of X e raised to j omega. Subsequently, downsampling the filter signal by the factor D. So first we upsample the signal, then remove the images, then pass it through an anti-aliasing filter, and then downsampling the signal to achieve Ym. Instead of using two low pass filters, I have used single low pass filter that will serve the purpose of anti-imaging as well as anti-aliasing filter. Now, when Fy, capital Fy is greater than Fx, this means we know that Fy is equal to I by d Fx. So if Fy is greater than Fx, this means I is greater than d. We have decided that the cutoff should be minimum of pi by d or pi by I. So here the low pass filter will have cutoff pi by I. So the low pass filter acts as an anti-imaging post filter that removes the spectral replicas at the multiples of capital Fx, but not at the multiples of Ifx. Now in another case, when capital Fy is less than Fx, and we know that Fy is equal to I by d, so this means d is greater than I here in this case. So the cutoff is pi by d. The low pass filter is having cutoff pi by d. The low pass filter acts as an anti-aliasing pre-filter that removes the downshifted spectral replicas of the replicas at the multiples of capital Fy to avoid overlapping. So these are the two cases which can happen when I is greater than d. The single low pass filter will act as anti-imaging filter, anti-imaging post filter that remove the spectral replicas. And when Fy is less than Fx, that is d is greater than I, the low pass filter will act as anti-aliasing filter, pre-filter that removes the downshifted spectral replicas. So this is very easy to understand. Now we will discuss an important inference regarding the sampling rate conversion by a rational factor I by d. Now from equation E, it is clear that the output Ym is equal to Wmd, that is equal to summation k running from minus infinity to infinity Hmd minus ki xk, mark it as equation P. We have just rewritten it. Now let us assume k is equal to bracketed md by I minus n, where bracketed r denotes the largest integer contained in R. Therefore, Ym is equal to summation n running from minus infinity to infinity h md minus bracketed md by I into I plus ni x bracketed md by I minus n, marked as equation Q. I have substituted the value of k here in P. I have substituted the value of k in P and got the relation Q. Here md minus bracketed md by I into I is equal to md by modulo I operation as shown on the screen, and I can indicate it as bracket md with base I. So eventually the output Ym can be expressed as Ym is equal to summation n running from minus infinity to infinity Hn capital I plus bracket md with base I into x bracketed md by I minus n, marked as equation R. Now from equation R, it is apparent that output Ym is obtained by passing the input sequence xn through a time variant filter with impulse response h semicolon m gn semicolon m gn semicolon m is equal to hni plus md with base I, marked as equation S, where m and n are lying in the range minus infinity to infinity. So from this equation R, I can easily view that Ym is output of a linear time variant filter with impulse response Gn semicolon m equal to Hni plus Md with base I, marked as equation S. Here, Hk is the impulse response of the time invariant low pass filter operating at the sampling rate Ifx. Now, this is important observation that output Ym, the overall output Ym, which is at the sample rate Fy, is output of virtually an output of a time variant filter with impulse response Hn semicolon m, when input is given to be Xn. But Hk is impulse response of time invariant system. Now H semicolon m is time variant filter and Hk is time invariant low pass filter. So this is a critical observation. Now it can also be observed that Hn semicolon m plus ki is equal to Hni plus bracket md plus kdi with base I, where k is any integer, h equal to Hni plus bracket md with base I, and that is equal to Gn semicolon m. This means Gn semicolon m is periodic in the variable m with period I. The most important result is that the output Ym at sample rate Fy of a system with impulse response Gn semicolon m, the output Ym is at sampling rate Fy of a system of a linear time variant system with impulse response Gn semicolon m, when input to that system is Xn at rate Fx. So I can represent it in a block diagram as, now input signal Xn is at sampling rate Fx. It is fed to an LTV, that is linear time variant system with impulse response Gn semicolon m, and the output is Ym at sampling rate Fy, where Fy is equal to I by d Fx. Now you look at this, this is overall system response is LTV. The combined, this I am going back to the main block diagram. That is, this configuration is considered, and instead of two low pass filters, I am using one low pass filter, and this is the final configuration which I will use for sampling rate conversion by rational factor I by d. That is, I need to change the sampling rate from Fx to Fy, and if this overall system response of these blocks is linear time variant represented by Gn semicolon m, as shown in the block diagram here. And this overall system is linear time variant system with impulse response Gn semicolon m. Input is Xn at rates Fx, and output is Ym with rate Fy is equal to I by d Fx. So sampling rate conversion by a factor I by d is possible by this LTV system, that is linear time variant system, provided that the impulse response of this LTV system is Gn semicolon m is equal to Hni plus md with base I. But here the point is that Hk is linearly time invariant system, that is impulse response of low pass filter, but the overall system response is linear time variant. So this is very important result. This is how we are going to change, or we are going to convert the sampling rate from Fx to Fy, and Fy is I by d Fx. So we can view once more that we have used this typical configuration, cascaded configuration. At first stage we have used interpolator, and at second stage we have used decimator. Instead of these two low pass filters, that is, one is anti-imaging filter and post filter, and second is pre-anti-aliasing filter, I am using a single low pass filter with impulse response Hk with cutoff frequency minimum of pi d or pi I, and this is the final configuration which will be used, or which is used for sampling and conversion. And if Xn is input and output is YM. Then the overall system response is LTV. That is, sampling rate conversion is a linear time variant process. So that is an important observation. And this is the most important result, that output spectrum capital Y omega Y is equal to I by D X omega Y I by D. If you will put I is equal to D, then capital Y omega Y is equal to X omega Y I by D. So you need to choose the values of I by D carefully, that I is equal to D, then typical case I is equal to D, then Y capital Y omega Y is equal to capital X omega Y. No sampling rate change is taking place. So this is that all depends upon what is the value of I and D. So depending upon the values of I and D, you are going to choose a cutoff frequency of low pass filter, that is either pi by D or pi by I. But the output of the system, whole system, that is capital Y omega Y, will lie in the range of frequencies where magnitude omega Y is in the range 0 to minimum pi, comma pi D by I. So once more I repeat, if I is equal to D, then there is no sampling rate change. That omega Y omega Y is equal to capital X omega Y. So here you can, for self-study, you can use the book Digital Signal Processing by John G. Prokis. You can consult SK Mitra also. So that's all for today's lecture. Thanks for attending the session on DSP. See you in the next lecture.